I have to say, but I don't figure it's always comfortable for anybody to fight Kirby. Not necessarily because
No.
it's the best of characters, even though it's definitely not a bad one, but just because the lack of experience that it can be
Absolutely.
a bit of a test at times, you know? Ooh.
It's one of those things where it feels like a pop quiz at school. We're just like, oh shoot, I didn't prepare for this. So now you sort of have
And
to
we're
learn.
in school.
And we even saw it then. Like immediately, we watched Kirby low profile the dash grab by Lil'Skrimp, and it was like, oh, you can't dash grab Kirby if he's low profiling. That's something you needed to know for the test. And we are immediately running in and building up damage and getting Arsene as we just start building up this momentum for our game one here and doing a tremendous job of it.
So far, very, very good on behalf of Potatobagel. With counter, the attempt. Very, very
I
Leo-esque,
love the
I guess.
counter attempt, but I love the passive waiting by Potatobagel. Not just letting that
Yes.
happen and become an issue. Potatobagel, I guess a little bit aware of how many jokers like to try and use counter in disadvantage like that, and just said, I'll wait. I won't worry about it, I'll just wait. And it worked out tremendously. As we also, again, low profile gun. This is something that is going to be working in Kirby's favor tremendously throughout this matchup. While Kirby might be a lightweight and can die very quickly to Arsene,
Yes.
that's only if Arsene can hit. So if Arsene can't even hit, that could be proved to be a problem for Lil'Skrimp.
And so far it has been. It has definitely been a problem. I mean, not only has Potatobagel being one step ahead as far as the discipline goes in the matchup, but also, I mean, hosting those little tests like you've been saying, or maybe I guess short tests just because of how
Yes.
things have been developing in neutral. The up throw, not yet. I mean, not even with the platform, we're going to try it. I mean, Joker not exactly the lightest of characters, and nonetheless,
Ooh.
we're still going to be finding that stock.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Light enough for the
Potatobagel.
Kirby up air to take it in that moment. So once again, Potatobagel is putting a show of force here as we try and keep Lil'Skrimp out and just keep our momentum rolling.
No counter there, a bit interesting. I mean, I think Lil'Skrimp definitely could have dropped there to try and find an edge guard on the hypercutter, but here, talking about edge guards though, down tilt and very great attempt. I thought we were going to be trying to rack up a bit more percent as Kirby there before going straight for the option. Maybe just try to force out a mistake from the enemy, but no, it seems like...
Ooh!
Look at that though!
What a beautifully
Fast
clean
reaction.
drag down! I love that from Lil'Skrimp. This is what I've been waiting for, of getting aware that Kirby might be able to just low profile a lot of our more grounded options. Does not mean he can be able to easily avoid a simple drag down combo. So that was an amazing job there by Lil'Skrimp. Clearly learning and figuring out how to deal with Kirby. The pop quiz isn't done yet. It's clearly open note.
Oh my, but...
Ooh!
I guess that part was not in the notes. Just forcing out an option immediately. So, and again, the show of discipline was a bit better on behalf of Potatobagel, and there,
Yes.
I think that is exactly what came to bite a little Scrimp back, because, I mean, you just try to approach a little too nilly-willy, and you're definitely at that percent going to be paying the price. Look at that, Potatobagel now, a bit more emotive themselves.
Yeah.
I love that, I love that. Having
Absolutely. Potatobagel, quite confident as we go into our next stage. But Lil'Skrimp also with the song counter pick, getting the same series power up. Maybe not getting it. We might be afraid of the copyright strike.
fun.
It looks like we're getting
Oh.
permission, and we are going to
Let's go.
get out there. Glad we got that permission there. We'll just have to keep talking long enough that it won't get copyright strike later in the VOD. So we will be completely safe as we go right into our game 2 here for Potatobagel and Lil'Skrimp.
All right, let's keep it going right now. Of course, first round of the other side of the pools.
Yes.
Straight through winners. Potatobagel looking for a chance to move on. And, well, only the beginning right now. And starting with those guns again, even in spite of the crouch, I think they're still managing to hit a little bit of distance. Of course,
Absolutely.
that is going to be a factor. But oh, look at that! Oh, the gun comes.
Ooh.
Nonetheless, the counter is going to be even more important. As the positioning was perfect from the side of Potatobagel, and that is one hot start if I've ever seen it.
Absolutely. Losing his stock in the very first 30 seconds is never something you want to see. And Lil'Skrimp especially with Arsene there as well. It put in a very bad position by Potatobagel. So now Lil'Skrimp, once again, is going to have to do a lot of catch-up. Earlier, it was a catch-up due to a little bit of an errant counter, but now it's catch-up from getting edge-guarded and letting just these tech chases roll out how they've been rolling.
Oh, maybe not trying to settle for the upper. However, that might have found the stock a bit earlier than expecting. The up B does come through, but Arsene has been largely mitigated by the side of Potatobagel, which I have to really commend, as that is definitely the bane, I think, of Kirby in this matchup. I mean, that extra bit of range and that extra damage that Arsene does bring to the table for Joker can definitely be an absolute nightmare for Kirby. However, their edge guard was not there. Lil'Skrimp finding a way back.
Absolutely. As you know, for grapple recoveries, you do not have those 2 frames, but it seems like Potatobagel was going for the attack before even hitting ledge. So I do appreciate the attempt there, but sadly just wasn't enough. We are still able to take that stock, however, because again, we've had such a commanding lead right now that Kirby is just putting on a show of force here and showing Lil'Skrimp how it's done.
Wow, the aerials are coming through in spectacular fashion here for the side of Potatobagel. And look at that, those fares galore. And now the downer doesn't quite get the looping situation that they were looking for. But hey, Potatobagel at the very least racking up a ton of damage and just about to close out this final stock. Goes just for the raw backer and
game
and
stock. That was a phenomenal job by Potatobagel. We saw just how